$5 breast cancer test changes the game. An international team of scientists just published a paper in the Journal of Vacuum Science and Technology that lays out the results from all the testing of their new handheld breast cancer detection device. It uses just a small amount of saliva on a test strip and quickly and accurately reveals the presence of any breast cancer biomarkers. Basically, when the test strip is spit on, put in a machine, electrical pulses cause the cancer biomarkers to bind to antibodies on the test strip, which is measured by a change in the electrical output signal. The researchers state this method can find biomarkers in concentrations as small as 1/4,000,000th of a gram. This is a global game changer for the fight against breast cancer, as mammograms, MRIs, and ultrasounds can be expensive and difficult to access in many parts of the world. In terms of cancer detection, this device has been described by the researchers as revolutionary. What do you think some of the most helpful advances in medicine have been? Let me know in the comments. The world's largest snake is actually two distinct species. The green anaconda, which can measure up to 22 feet long, is a gigantic and fearsome snake found in South America. And according to new data from a paper published in the scientific journal MDPI, it's actually two distinct snake species. Researchers had set out to understand more about anacondas, gathering DNA and genetic data from 9 separate South American countries. And when they analyzed what they had collected, they were amazed to discover that though outwardly similar, the green anaconda is two separate species of snake. They decided to call them the northern green anaconda and the southern green anaconda. This research helps us understand the evolutionary history of snakes in South America, as well as their diversification. Now, I'm not a fan of snakes, so I have to ask, would you be willing to go out and collect DNA samples from giant snakes? Let me know in the comments. AI has become a key player in the race to limitless fusion energy. Researchers at Princeton have just published a paper in the journal Nature, and it lays out their new AI methods for keeping a plasma fusion reactor completely stable. A fusion reactor mimics the sun by fusing atomic nuclei into heavier elements, which releases vast amounts of energy in the process. Inside one of these reactors, gases are heated so hot they enter a plasma state. The temperature of plasma is so high, it can't even touch the walls of the reactor, as that alone would be enough to cool the plasma down and disrupt the reaction. The equipment used by the Princeton team has 19 magnetic coils to keep this plasma shaped and in position to maintain the fusion reaction. It's these coils that the researchers are having the AI take control of, and the results have been surprising. Not only can the AI keep the plasma in the standard configurations thought to be best for energy generation, they found that they could actually ask the AI to make the plasma into things like, make it droplets, and the AI would figure out how to do it. It's projected that the reactor could achieve full-scale fusion in about 10 years. What do you think the world will do with limitless energy? Let me know in the comments. Butterflies and moths were hanging out with the dinosaurs. New research into the chromosomes of moths and butterflies has found that the core building blocks of their DNA have not undergone any big changes for the last 200 million years, placing their existence alongside the dinosaurs. The team sequenced over 200 species of Lepidoptera, or butterflies and moths, and they found a core set of genome sequences called Marion elements that haven't undergone any significant changes in what they estimate to be about 200 million years. Now, Lepidoptera are among the most diverse animal groups out there, with over 15 times as many species as mammals have. This makes them a strong candidate for chromosomal and biodiversity research. What are some other surprising things about moths and butterflies? Let me know in the comments. Gravity detection just got smaller than ever. In the effort to advance physics towards things like quantum gravity and a unified field theory, a group of international scientists have developed one of the smallest scale gravity detectors ever achieved. Gravity is different from other fundamental forces in physics, as it's best described in general relativity as a curvature in space-time. And while this is easily measured with massive objects like planets and stars, it becomes more and more difficult to measure the smaller the object gets, because gravity is a cumulative force. So smaller object, smaller gravitational force. In order to measure the smallest gravitational effect they could, the scientists suspended a small magnetic particle inside a superconducting trap. The trap was designed to confine the motion of the particle, giving the researchers precise control and measurement of its behavior. Using this trap, they successfully demonstrated gravitational coupling between the small magnetic particle and nearby masses. They were actually able to measure the force exerted on the magnetic particle due to the gravitational traction of that nearby larger mass. Being able to study small-scale gravity is a big step on the path to understanding quantum gravity and maybe even a unified field theory. What are some other physics topics you enjoy? Let me know in the comments.